All right. Hey, everybody. So today I am unloading a glaze low fire. This is the second time I've done a glaze, and I was using this pyrometer that came with it. Um, Came with a kiln when I purchased it. And this is a manual kiln. So there's no kiln sitter. There's nothing but manual knobs, two peepholes, and this pyrometer. And for some reason, when I had this pyrometer here, it was giving me readings, and it was about, I want to say 1600. And then I left thinking I'd probably be around where I need to be in about 40 minutes to an hour or so. And I came out here and I picked this up a certain way, and it was at 2000. So I started freaking out because I don't know why the readings changed just by moving this. It shouldn't really move. Also, it can change the reading based on how far this is pushed in. So I'm still a little new to learning this, but I mean, that's a big jump. So I think I overcooked this kiln. It's supposed to be a cone '05, '06 max, and I think it went, I'm sorry, '04 max. But yeah, I was reaching for '05 for glaze, and it was going to be about 1880 was my goal. So right around like right around here, in between this line here and there. So yeah, it went a little too high, about a cone '03, maybe '04, maybe an '02. I mean, between '03 and '02. So I'm going to open up the kiln. Hopefully nothing is destroyed and I can still use this pottery. Okay, so I'm going to do my best because I'm only one-handing this video, and I'm expecting things to look brown. And okay, so as you can see, I did a little cone. This is was This was the cone '06. So it definitely went beyond cone '06. This was '03, '04. I'm sorry, '04, '05, '06. So yeah, definitely overcooked. But I'm looking at these, and although they're probably not exactly what I was expecting, they don't look melted or stuck. So that's a good sign. Like, for example, this is supposed to be white with like colorful specks. It looks white with brown specks, but it's still decent looking. And then this was like a little blue. I don't know if there was green in there, but different shades of like a blue and black, maybe. I don't remember what I did. Purple, blue, black, kind of a mix with some stars. And yeah, I mean, this one doesn't look half as bad as I was thinking it would be. I mean, it's not melted, so that's definitely a bonus, but it has like bumps, but that's like the grittiness of the clay. It had like kind of like the gritty specks in it. So this one's not too bad. And then for this little planter that I made these little stars that ended up looking like the white specks as well. I think it's the clay that did the specks, but I put these in here to be like a little buffer for it actually came out nice, guys, even though I overcooked it. This is surprising. I mean, not what I wanted, but still nice. So yeah, I got these cute little stars that'll go in there. Just little extra thing to either someone will cherish as little charms, or use to give more space if they're going to put soil and a little plants in here. You know, I thought that would be a cute addition since it's a star. And all right, so that's those. My most important thing on the top shelf here, one of them, is this gift I made for Christmas for my stepmother. It's a little cat. It's got a little bit of specks in it, but sometimes that happens with the yellow, like it just gets specks through the clay. Little perfect, actually. Glaze the bottom. I put it on a little stand. You see the little 3-dot triangle for the stilt that it was on, but it looks great. Not sure how the little ear has that little, it almost looks yellow inside, but just like, even with that, it still looks cute, like a little ear opening, but it's supposed to be all black. But I still love it. Came out pretty good. I was thinking it's just going to be melted. And I am putting everything on these shelves right now. Right now I'm in the middle of trying to turn a storage looking patio into my pottery studio that will one day not have all this junk, and it will just be really nice shelves and kilns, and then these two workstation tables that I'm probably going to change out and make this place look nice, and maybe even have like pottery workshops out here for friends to come and learn with me, and have my pottery friends come out and do some pottery. And being that we're at temperature, I'm going to take this out. Um, so far, I'm not. I was really sad because I overcooked everything, but so far I'm not crying. I mean, this particular clay looks fabulous because the clay was so gritty. The glaze actually softened it, where I was expecting this to all be like melted away, but I actually like this. The bottom came out nice. Everything is perfect. It's smooth. The grittiness is, you could see the grittiness of the clay, but I guess you call that grog. And it had like a porous, groggy feeling. But it's nice and smooth now with the glaze, and it didn't melt. Yay! Okay, so that's one. I think this is like a wicker brown, and this is a coral. And even with these specks that comes through with the clay, I really like it. I just like the way it looks. It's got like that earthy feeling. It does have the grittiness on the bottom, but it's still smooth, and it's so nice. I'm so happy. This is good, guys. It may not be perfection, but it's sellable, and it's makes your heart sing. It's good enough. This was another one. This was a white. These were brown, I believe, or at least these might have been white. I can't tell the difference now. A couple of these were brown, a couple were white, and this one was definitely white. You can see through the blue. And I didn't get to mark this one, I don't think. Oh, I marked it on the side right here. So that's the blue little trinket dish bowl. All right, this one has a little bit of like a speck through here, but it's smooth. It's just a coloring thing. This looks great too, other than these little white specks, like I don't know what caused that, like a chemical or something with the glaze, but it is not pinholed or any kind of cracking, crazing. It's just got that, grittiness from what I know was there from the clay. It's not even sticking to the cookies. I'm so happy. This is awesome. Okay, and this definitely has more specs than I was expecting. This was also, I believe, a new clay that I haven't tried. Oh, okay, this one did get pinholes. Oh boy, yeah. So this one, I'll probably have to sand and re-glaze and just kind of try to cover that up. That has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giant pinholes, but this was one side, and now the other side also has just 1 or 2 right here. Not too bad as compared to the other side, but it still looks great, you guys. Even if I sold them as is and just sanded them down just to use these as a sponge holder, would still be sellable. But I'll probably try to reglaze or at least sand it down. I'll decide on that later. Oh, this one came out nice. There's a little bit of dips in here, but that is actually from the clay itself. The clay was kind of like that, um, where it had like, they don't look like pinholes. They just look like holes in the clay, and it just sunk in there. But this was also like a black purple. I was trying to do like a cosmic purple and black and blue mix, I think, with the stars. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't know if I'm going to redo this one, even though it has that look, because you're not going to drink out of it. So it's going to be okay as a sponge holder. This one, oh, that stuck a little, but I can probably sand that a little bit. Maybe wipe it instead of sand. That way I try to keep the black. I did a black underglaze here. That's probably why it stuck. People say that underglaze doesn't stick, but it does. So it comes off easily, but it leaves this where the cookie or whatever that is stuck on there. So again, this whole batch of the clay had these like pitting in the clay as I spun on the wheel. I guess you would say it's like a grogginess where the rock grog when I shape was leaving holes, but this was before I even glazed it. So I kind of knew that was going to happen, and sorry for my terrible hangnail situation. Yuck, gross, but I can't help it. Got some anxiety issues biting my nails, and I'm trying to quit again. But besides that, I think I like this piece as well. It's got like the green speckled clay underneath, green glaze. It's got the holes, but I like it. I like the look of it, and try to wipe this off without sanding it. And then inside, you know, it's the same thing, all black, but it's not too bad. There's no like defects in the. All right, here's another coral, I believe. This is just the way the clay was before. There's no pinholes here. Yeah, and this, you know, other than the grogginess, everything came out really nice. I'm happy with these. Okay, and let's see. Put all these cookies together so I can undo the next shelf soon. I'm nervous about the next shelf because there's some really big, awesome pieces I hope did not get destroyed. So let's take this off. This was just a black underglaze witch hat that was bisque fired, and I went ahead and gave it a clear coat. And it's nice and shiny now, and it looks pretty good. I do wish I would have stamped it, but I think I tried and I just had bad luck with this, getting my name on there. So that one came out nice. Let's put that back. Now this was definitely, oh man, this was a hand built from the slab, putting together a nice floral looking, it's got that speckled look with some of the speckled white spots coming through, but I don't know what it is. Something about it, I like it. It gives it like a wash look, even though it's not. And then inside was the same. I mean, I think it was the same. It might have been a little darker. I don't remember now. I don't remember what colors I did on this, but it came out great. I think what happened is I did the dark green on both sides, and then I topped it with maybe a yellow or something on top that was lighter. I think it was yellow or limey. I think it was yellow, but it came out really nice with the sgraffito effects for the flowers and then the little yellow specks. And this one came out nice. I love it. All right, so let's see. It's got one more piece up here, another piece that came out perfect. Again, just any kind of specks that you see that are like groggy looking is just the clay. So I was expecting that, but the glaze made it look nice. It didn't get crazed or any pinholing on this. So the only one I had pinholing or any issues with really was this one right here. And this probably had been the only one I used this particular glaze on, which was a new old used glaze that I bought from someone. So yeah, I'm happy with the top shelf. Let me show you the next shelf. Okay, I haven't really looked. I took the shelf off, and again, the cones are completely melted. This was the highest cone, and it has disintegrated. So yeah, overfired for sure. However, my most important piece right now is this one, and the cookie's still on it. So you just tap it. There we go. Oh, came right off. All right. Okay, here we go. This looks like some pinholing. This was the first vase that I threw a big size piece. I've never thrown bigger than a mug, so this was a good experience. I actually did very well on the wheel for it. Wasn't perfect, but I liked its asymmetrical shape that it got. Looks good on the bottom, but it does have some pinholing or I don't know what you want to call these. I guess that's a pinhole because they're kind of popped out and pushed out at the same time. So I'm probably going to have to reglaze this to get rid of those, sand, reglaze, and try one more time. I'm just a little worried because I already did overfire these pieces, and I'm worried that firing it again is going to affect it in a negative way. But we'll see. I have to make a decision on this, but it's definitely got pinholes, so I'm going to have to figure out the best decision. But I think when you have pinholes, you don't really have a choice. You have to sand those down and try again, right? So let me know if you guys have any suggestions on pinholes, how you would fix the pinholes. This is a little vase that I made. I don't see any pinholes, just the holes that you see is like from the grog, but it looks great. I'm really happy with this piece. No issues. Good color, speckled shown through. I'm happy with this. I don't want to leave those sitting on the shelf, so I'm going to have to walk those. All right, next big piece is this. Oh, man. Okay, let me tap that down. There we go. Came off nice and easy. So this was already a purple underglazed bisque-fired witch hat luminary. You put candles or incense in there. I just gave it a glossy clear coat, and it came out perfect. No pinholes. No issues. I'm very happy. All right, let me shift this back to this a little. Okay. All right, what's next? What's next? Okay, I'm looking at this. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. This was my gnome. He looks so cute. And the coloring on him, it's not ugly. It's just not what I expected. It's too blue and purple after the firing. I think because of overfiring, it just ended up darker than I was expecting. But then again, I mean, it's not ugly. Someone might love this. It's just personal taste, but I don't see any issues with the glazing. No crazing or melting. And I think his nose kind of bled through onto the top there a little bit. So the only thing I could think of is maybe refiring, but I don't know if I want to risk it with already overfiring. Same situation. Might just leave it as is and see who might love this little guy the way he is, especially if he's just going to go in the garden or something. Whatever people do with them, they may or may not like these colors, but someone might love it. So we'll see. Okay, so these are all Christmas trees, and these look like they actually, I was going to say looked melted, but they're not. This is like an olive green. I think it looks a little darker than maybe it should be because of overfiring it, but it came out good. I don't know. Maybe it would have looked a little different if I had not overfired it, but let me know what you guys think. That's tree number 1. This one's a little stuck. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, tree number 2. You know, it has a little bit of a melted look, I think, because of the overfiring. But I've never made these before, so I'm not even sure what it should have looked like. It was just a trial to see making trees and then putting the white on the edges for snow look. I think it looks pretty nice. It matches. These two look the same colors. All right, let me get this one out. This one looks like it's the same also. I know I did different colors. I did like olive green, dark green, and then I did like a minty light green. But because of overfiring, they're probably all going to look dark. This one looks great. That's so 3 tall ones. And okay, that came right off. All right, let's see. Yeah, this one looks great. They all look the same color. So yeah, like the brownish green look, almost like they all came out olive. Oh, okay, this one looks like a dark green, a little different than the olive. And it looks good. It actually probably looks darker on the camera than it does in real life. It's a little bit more green with my eyes than it is on the camera. Okay, this one, a little bit more melted. Not so much the the clay looks okay. It's the glaze that looks like it got melted, but this might have actually melted a tiny bit, even the clay itself. Like I said, I overfired it. Compared to the other ones, you can see the difference, how those are more like jaggedy looking, and this one looks more smooth, but actually kind of looks nice still, even after melting a little. All right, this is a tiny one. Doesn't have the melted look like that one, but Yeah, looks the same color. Okay, this is just a simple tree star, something different. And this is a little one. Okay. Little tree. Looks so cute. A little bit more melted than. Well, actually, they all look the same. It's the only one that looks kind of melty. All right, and then last tree is just a simple green cone. Looks awesome. I'm happy, you guys. I think that, maybe without some of the pinholes I got in my big vase that I was hoping to be a Christmas vase, now I have to rush to try to fix it or make a new one for my Christmas present. I am running out of time, guys. But I got sick and ended up fainting at the doctor's giving blood, and it knocked me out for a few days. So, not unconscious, but just left me weak and on the couch. So, I don't know what I'm going to do for Christmas. I'm going to try to fix it or just make a new one. I don't know, or just have to get another gift till I get that one done. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you think about this kiln opening. Overfired success. I feel kind of lucky right now that all my pieces didn't melt onto my shelves. I don't even think I got one drip of glaze on both shelves. So that is a good thing, despite the fact that I may have overfired this. And who knows, maybe my pyrometer didn't overfire, but this is evidence that I did. So I'm learning. I'm glad I put these in because this shows you the truth of how hot your kiln is. And that is beyond the 06 melting point. So that's it for today, guys. I will check back in next time I am making something. All right, talk to you guys later.